I think our video is starting. We're good to go. This is a little bit of a different video, very unfiltered, very unedited, but I thought, you know what, going into the holiday season, on the Christmas season, I got my Christmas sweater on, ready to go. I've got a little bit of a change in background. I wanted to do a very quick, maybe 5-6 minute video, it'll probably be 8 minutes, about what I'm looking for first-time buyers and what they should be on their Christmas list when it comes to buying the first home. A couple small points that I'm looking towards for 2024 when it comes to helping first-time buyers out. It'll be quick and it'll be what I think is the best points that first-time buyers should be focusing on. Very quickly, my name is Gabriele Battista from Homes into Reality. I'm a real estate agent in the Toronto real estate market, and I help first-time buyers achieve their first-time buying goals every single week, every single day, and we're hoping to do more of that in 2024. So I've got my list. I've checked it twice. I actually have a list here, and I'll tell you what I'm looking for first-time buyers and what we are hoping to get on their Christmas list. The very first thing I'm going to tell people as a first-time buyer that they should be doing before the end of the year, and it's an absolute must, is opening up a first home savings account. This is huge, especially because the deadline for this is the end of the year, December 31st, where you have $8,000 that you can contribute towards your first home savings account. Even if you don't have $8,000 to contribute to your first home savings account, open one up anyway, because you can keep that contribution room for next year as well. There are some tax saving benefits to it, and it does allow you to really learn how to budget, which we'll get into, but it'll really allow you to get ready if you do buy a home in 2024 or 2025. So number one on the list is open up a first home savings account. Don't check that twice, just do it. Don't even think about it. Go to your local bank, go to your financial advisor. It's very simple to do, but get it done before the December 31st deadline. My second thing on my Christmas list for first-time buyers is have a savings plan and goal going into 2024. And this is a much easier said than done. Obviously, this can mean a bunch of different things to every different people. But the one thing we're going to talk about a little bit later on is, we don't want to rely on the government to give us, affordable housing. It may not happen. We hope it does happen, but it may not happen. So the best thing that we can do going into 2024 is have a really clear and concise goal on how you're going to be ahead of the game and ready to save and budget to get to your homeownership goals. There's no guarantee that it will be easy for us. We hope it is easy, but there's no guarantee. So it's good that we go into 2024 with a mindset that we're going to do everything that we can to get into home ownership if that is indeed your goal. And that can come through a bunch of different mediums. That can be saving X amount of dollars every single month, limiting your costs to a certain amount, putting away every single paycheck a certain amount of money towards your down payment, towards certain funds, maybe looking for a cheaper rental option or get a roommate so you can save more money on a monthly basis. But have that number written down and be concise and be very clear on how you're going to get to those goals. Don't just have a goal, say, I'm going to save $50,000 in a year or 2 years. Figure out how you're going to do that. Is it by cutting expenses, increasing income? Figure that out so when you go into every single month, starting January, you can feel like, okay, I'm hitting my goals. These are my actionable items. If you don't have any actionable items, that job is going to be much more difficult to save in the new year, and we're going to forget it when it comes down to February. And I would also tell you, one thing I'm learning too for 2024 is create a burning desire and a passion behind what these goals are. So you're committed to it for the full year, and it's not something that just goes by the wayside as we get to February or March. Feel really passionate. Have a vision board. Have that goal visualized in your mind every single day. Figure out what's realistic and what you can say, I can really do this within 1 or 2 years. Again, of course, I always help my clients figure out what is realistic to them. And if you want to reach out to do that for you, we're happy to get in contact. The third thing on my Christmas list is a little bit different, but it's more a wish list that I hope for you guys. But I really hope we see more in 2024, more transparency from the government, all levels of government, when it comes to housing in Toronto. It's one of those issues that have been very much politicized, and we've been seeing, everyone talks about we want more affordable housing, built so many homes in so many years, but we don't really see much action on it. And what I would really love is that we see goals and action items from the governments themselves, so us, the first-time buyers, the citizens, the homeowners, know what's really going on if the government's intentions. How are they going to achieve homes being more affordable? Give us actual real information other than some lofty goals that's more of an election promise or essentially word of mouth, or what's essentially just giving us whatever number makes us feel happy, but there's no action and there's no understanding that they're actually going to get there. A lot of times we see in the news these huge numbers, but there's no idea. We have no idea if we actually can hit those numbers. And most of the time, we never really do hit those numbers. So having a really honest and very blunt, maybe it helps when governments are fighting to really give us some real ways of getting properties more affordable in Toronto. Is that going to happen? Who knows? I would love for it to happen, and obviously give more transparency to the first-time buyer so they can know what markets we're dealing with. And the fourth and the last thing I want to give from Homes into Reality is more of what we've been doing so far in 2023, but more of it. We have been at Homes into Reality, the company that I've started, which is very passionate about providing education for first-time buyers, but providing education, information, services to help that first-time buyer get from renting their first home to buying their first home. Where at least myself, I'm extremely passionate about that, getting young people into home ownership, because that goal of owning your home for a lot of people is lost. A lot of people don't think it's possible. So if we can do that together, I want to do more of that this year. And that's through our monthly webinars that we do every single month. We do a first-time buyer webinar every last Thursday of the month. And that's more generic to give you very basic information to start that understanding process. If I can do it through these weekly videos on Instagram and on YouTube to keep you updated on the market. So when you are ready to make that first big move, we can give you some education and some confidence when you go into that first property. And if we can do it in any other way, we obviously have our email news list where we are consistently giving weekly content to our first-time buyers. But my goal this year is really to educate, particularly that first-time buyer, and give them some confidence in a market like this. And obviously, there's a lot of, I'm being very unfiltered here, but there's a lot of animosity and there's a lot of debate on, do young people have a chance in Toronto when it comes to buying their first home? And I hear from a lot of people, they think they've lost that dream of home ownership. And I really want to inspire a lot of people. And inspire is a weird word considering the fact that, we're talking about something like real estate purchasing. But I really want to get people, excited about the fact that, odds are really much stacked against you as a first-time buyer. But I want to provide enough information where you feel like if you really want to do something like buy your first home as a single professional, as a couple, as a young family, you can do it. And is it going to be difficult? Absolutely it is. But that's why I want to be here and give you a little more confidence. So when you finally do that first big move, you can do so with confidence. And then it's going to feel so much better in the end. If you put all this work in just to get there. So we're hoping to bring a lot of great content from Homes into Reality. Again, very unfiltered this video, but if in the comments you want to tell me exactly what you want to see from me when it comes to 2024, you let me know. Currently, there's 69 of us and counting subscribed, becoming future homeowners in Toronto. So if you want to join that, give me a like, give me a subscribe, wherever these buttons are. Join myself every single week talking about being a first-time buyer in Toronto, and let me know how I can help you. It's something that I'm really excited for 2024. My phone number, my email, and a link to book a call with me is always available below, so you can feel confident. If you want to touch base about being a first-time buyer, you can do so. So I've checked this list, talked about it twice. Enjoy the rest of your 2024. We're going to have a recap video next week, and have an amazing Christmas holiday season, and Happy New Year.